Good morning, guys. I vlogged all of last week, and it's Sunday today, and then last night I deleted all of the footage on purpose. And the reason that I did that is because I realized I really wasn't proud of what I had done over the week. I wasn't particularly unproductive, but I just wasn't that proud of what I did. I felt like I could have done so much more. And I was just frustrated with myself, and I deleted everything. And then I realized that that's kind of sad that I didn't want to have the past week to look back on. And I don't want to face that again. So even though I'm not feeling motivated to do work, I woke up at 6 this morning, I took a shower, it's now 6:20-ish, and I'm going to get to work right away and have an incredibly productive day today, and then I'm just gonna have an incredibly productive week, because I don't want to look back on the week and not be happy. Usually I would just wait until motivation finds me, because it's so close to Thanksgiving break too that I'm like, oh, I'll just wait and then I'll just reset and we'll just kind of struggle through this week too. But no, I am going to be productive now because there is no time like the present to get started. So I have some African studies assignments to finish up, and that is what I'm going to start with. So you can come along with me on this incredibly productive day when I don't feel motivated but have just decided that I'm not going to look back on this week and want to delete all of my footage. That's not the attitude we're going to have. And if I don't want that attitude, it means I have to start work whether I want to or not. So maybe having that attitude will help you like it helped me. And grab yourself some water. Cheers. And let's get started. When you just get to work, it pays off. It literally took me 25 minutes to answer all of these questions and to write this part as well. It's never as bad as you think it's going to be once you just get started. I still have no motivation, but I'm getting work done, which just proves that you don't need motivation. You just need to sit down and get started. One of the things that's really helping me get through is just remembering that I literally only have 2 days of class this week, Monday and Tuesday, and then it's Thanksgiving break. But I want to enjoy Thanksgiving break. I don't want to feel like I have a ton of crap to do after Thanksgiving. So even though I'm going to get work done, obviously, during Thanksgiving break, I want to get as much done as I can before then so I can actually just enjoy what is supposed to be a break. Alright, it's currently 7:24 and I just finished my individual analysis. And just like that, all of my homework for my Racing Children class, which is through African Studies. I usually call it just African Studies because Racing Children is kind of a long name. But all of my work for the week is done. So that means I don't have to worry about anything until this coming Friday, which is amazing, for this class at least. So now what I'm going to do is make a list of all of the things that I need to do for today, because sometimes when I want to be productive, instead of starting my day by making a list of all of the things I need to do and immediately getting really overwhelmed, I'll just start with something I know I have to get done. So in this case, I knew I had to get my worksheet and my individual analysis for my African Studies class finished. So instead of sitting down and making a list first and being like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, blah, I was just like, nope, I'm just going to get right to work. And that way I can already feel accomplished and I can already tick some things off my list before I even have it written down. So what I'm going to do is create a list, but first I'm going to put my clothes in the laundry. I said that's so weird. I'm going to do my laundry basically, because that way, once my laundry is getting started, I can make my list while it's in the wash. So that is my plan for now, because Sunday I usually also clean and do all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is what I am up to. But that would be one of honestly my biggest tips for productivity is just do like it was really just about an hour of work, an hour and 10 minutes that I've done so far. But literally just do an hour of work, get something done first before you make your list. So that way you can make your list and already check off some stuff, because then you'll have like the beginning motivation to keep going, because you've already done things on your list. So you don't have to start from scratch. It's just like a fun little way to trick your brain, and I find that it really works well for me. Something I also love to do is listen to different Harry Potter ASMR rooms. ASMR Weekly is amazing, so is, I think it's just called ASMR Rooms, that YouTube channel. I'm currently on the journey to Hogwarts. This one is so cool. It's absolutely beautiful, and it starts like in the train station, goes to the train, and then like ends on the boats, like it's your first year. So it's super cool. And it's a really great way for me to use timestamps as well, because if I'm feeling really stuck, I'll be like, oh, I'll get through this hour ASMR room, and then I'll give myself a break or something like that. Something else I just did as well, which is something that I always do on Sunday, is take out the trash and recycling. And thankfully, I live on the first floor, so it's just out the window there. So that's pretty nice and easy. Now I'm just going to put some new garbage bags in and also grab a new recycling bag. The last thing that I'm going to do before I write my to-do list is just make my bed, because as you can see, it's a total mess. Usually I will change my sheets once every 2 weeks instead of doing it every week, because I usually have to do 2 loads of laundry when I do it every week. So I'll do it once every 2 weeks. I'm going just a tiny bit over 2 weeks, I think, this time, because I'm just going to take these sheets home with me when I go home for Thanksgiving break. But I mean, I get into bed clean, so they're really not dirty, and it's fine. Here I am, just making my to-do list for the rest of the day. The next homework task that I needed to do was writing up my dance notation for my virtual dance class. I'd already done the class on, I think it was Thursday, but I hadn't actually written up the combinations, so I had to do that here. This is always an extensive process that takes me a long time to do, but it feels so good once I get it done. By the time that I finished my virtual dance class notation, it had been about an hour, and so my laundry was all dried and I just needed to put it away. And I have to say, putting away laundry time lapses are possibly my favorite time lapses. There's something so satisfying about them to me, so I hope you find them equally satisfying. As you can see, I went and got some Starbucks for breakfast. I had the Impossible egg and cheese sandwich, and I think this was the day that I got a white chocolate mocha. I hadn't had a white chocolate mocha before, but it was really good. And then I moved on to practicing piano. This piano piece is really giving me some issues. It's Nocturne by Respighi, and it basically focuses on everything that I'm bad at in piano, because it's all just like huge chords and 6 flats, and it just really plays to all my weaknesses, but it's good for me. I'll get there eventually. I am back in my dorm room with some lunch, and I'm going to eat my lunch and watch a Holly Gabrielle video. And then I'm going to do some of the tasks on my list that are a little bit easier, like creating a morning routine and a night routine, because I really haven't fleshed that out, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've been feeling less productive. So I'm going to create a morning routine and night routine that is doable. I think my issue in the past is I always try to create something that is as productive as possible, and it's not realistic. So I'm kind of setting myself up for failure. So I'm going to do some of the easier tasks like that are more organizational before I go into the harder task of revising my honors essay, because I just came from doing piano, which was a harder task. So I need a little bit of a break, but I'm still going to do some productive things. I got my morning and night routine figured out. should be more doable than what I had before. Now I just need to go ahead and work on revising this essay. I've been dreading revising it because I've worked on it for a few days and I just feel like it's just not getting to a place where I like it. And because this is what I struggle with when I start to feel like I have a professor that respects me. Which, that doesn't make any sense, so let me try to explain in some way that sort of makes sense. I guess, how do I word this? Okay, in all of my past honors classes, I have tried hard, but I haven't ever felt like the professor liked me that much. So, I mean, I tried hard on all the essays, but I felt no pressure really to do any better because I was like, what am I trying to prove? That I'm still a mediocre writer, right? So I just like did the best I could and expected the feedback I got, and it was fine. It was just, they were all just classes that I kind of just had to get through. I had this honors class now, and I'm so much more invested into the course material. And then when I first started the class, I was like, there's no way I'll ever live up to this professor's expectations. Like, she's way too intelligent for me. And then I did well on the first essay, and I was like, oh crap, because I did better than I thought I was going to. And then I was like, now I have to do better on the next essay, because I always want to like progressively get better, especially because I got positive feedback. And then I was like, oh no, like, am I gonna be expected to do well now? That sounds so silly when I say it out loud. It's such a backward way of thinking, but it's a trap I constantly find myself falling into, where I am doing well in something, so then I like put pressure on myself to do even better, because then I feel like, uh-oh, I did well, and now they're gonna expect me to keep doing well. So if I get anything lower than what I previously got, I'm letting myself down and I'm letting my professor down. The other thing is, I feel like this professor is different than the other ones I've had, because I feel like she truly cares about all of us as individuals and not just students. It makes me respect her not only as a professor but also as a person. And because of that, I want to prove that I'm like a worthy student, I guess. And my way to do that is to do well. And so then on my next essay assignment, I try to make it better than my first one. And thankfully I did better on it. But now it's like every assignment I do, I'm trying to be better and better and better and better. And because of that, I put more and more pressure on myself. I don't know if anyone can even relate to that, because I feel like it's such like a oddly specific perfectionistic mindset thing. But it's just like, it would be better if it was like something I was better at. Like, why can't this be for like acting class? I had the same thing happen to me in acting class, literally. But at least then I had some confidence in my abilities to act, because I'm going here for music theater, so I don't think I'm a complete trash actress or they wouldn't have let me in. So at least I had, like some confidence that I could keep getting better every monologue I did, And I did put a ton of pressure on myself when I started to do well in that class, to do better and better and better. But like I said, it was a monologue, and like memorizing and performing those, to me, that's my comfort zone, is acting. And essay writing is not. I don't even know why she likes my essay writing, because I feel like half the honors professors haven't, and half of them have. And I don't like my essay writing, so I can't even like judge how to improve it. So I'm just kind of stuck. And yeah, that's why I've been struggling to revise this essay, because I have this immense amount of pressure that I'm putting on myself to make it into something that I don't even think I'm capable of writing. I'm trying to remind myself that this is not the final draft. Like, this doesn't have to be the final draft. I can make small changes and stuff, so it's fine. And if the worst thing in the world is that she hates it and I have to rewrite giant sections, okay. I like almost didn't take her course for next semester, which is like the course I was most interested in taking, but I almost didn't take it because of how much pressure I put on myself. It's totally irrational. And I guess that's why it helps to say it out loud, because then I can address how stupid it is, but it doesn't make it any easier to get rid of. As you can see, after my long rant slash stressed talk, I did get to revising my essay. I went through every paragraph, made major changes, wrote a new intro and conclusion, and then reread the entire thing multiple times to make sure it all sounded, I don't know, like it had some continuity, I guess. And then I sent it to my professor, and hopefully she doesn't hate it. Guys, I did it! Woohoo! I'm so happy. It's a little bit over, but I did read through the whole thing at like a normal standard speech-like pace and got through it in under 10 minutes, which is what it has to be. So that's good. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things that I could improve upon and fix and cut down if I need to. But I have something to give her, which is great. And then, you know, if I had to present this tomorrow, I could. Yay! I submitted it. Oh, I am nervous, but I feel so good now that it's submitted. I'm so proud of myself for just getting it done. Yes. After doing that, I watched church, and as you can see, I was really captivated by this service because I was constantly changing my facial expressions. It was a really, really great service, though, to be fair. This was pretty much all of the work that I filmed for Sunday, so thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!